Hey guys, it's your girl SoHoDollzCLAN here, and I am going to be telling you guys a little bit about the day that I had on August 21st, which was a Tuesday. Um, Now the reason why I'm giving you the date is because I don't know when this video is going to be posted. So, yeah. Anyhow, so I wake up in the morning and I feed my cat Bree, who is such a little beast, and yeah, I go about the business in the kitchen and I decide I'm going to go ahead and get some laundry together. And I walk through our dining room and I just happen to look on the floor and there's a dead mouse with like its guts hanging out. What had happened is for the past few days, maybe even a week or so, like Bree has been on the prowl in our kitchen, like looking for mice, and it's really disgusting, but I'm really glad that she like got a hold of it. It's just like ew. So when I found it, I tried not to freak out, and Bree's sitting there staring at me like, "Look, mom, look what I got you!" Like, yay! And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, good cat!" Like ew. So I'm getting like tons and tons of like paper towels to pick it up, and I'm like, ugh, it's just ugh, gross. But I'm glad it's gone. So that will make that better, hopefully. And then I had to go to the post office and give them my driver's license and car registration for the PO box that I just got because the dude lost it, like lost the copy, and I'm kind of like worried about that because I'm like thinking, oh God, like what information is on there that someone might have a hold of. So that's kind of like a little nerve-wracking. So I'm trying not to think about that too much and just go about my business on that. And I had this big debate with myself in the car about whether or not I wanted to stop and get some coffee because I don't know, I've just been craving a really good thing of coffee. One of my friends on Twitter, he was talking about it, and I'm like, oh, coffee, yum. And I just feel like whenever I make it at home, it's just like crap, compared to what you get at the stores. So I had this big debate, and then I'm like, well, I need to go and buy something at the store for like I needed a shower curtain. So I did that, and then I came out, and I'm like, do I still want coffee? I'm like, yes, I want coffee. And so I'm driving and I look at the time and it's like 11 in the afternoon and I'm like, ah, shit, I can't get coffee at this time. That's crappy. No one's gonna like have a fresh pot. So I'm like, screw that. So I come home, end up getting online, playing some PlayStation with a friend, and decide that I'm gonna get some footage for the next week's or this week's experimenting with classes series, and I'm using the shotgun, the model 1887, which I'm totally not familiar with whatsoever. Shotguns and I don't mix very well, and we decide that we're going to try it in hardcore. Don't know why. It just, whatever. So, just trying to have some fun with it and get into this lobby, and this guy who I ended up not having muted because normally I mute everybody except for whoever's in my party because I don't really want to listen to their bull, you know. And so this guy, he starts just attacking me and saying like how much of a shit player I am and going on and on. And normally that stuff, I just kind of overlook it and like whatever and end up muting him, but he just kept running his mouth. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, last I checked, I can use whatever type of gun I want, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, whatever, don't care. Not even going to get into it with him because it's just not worth it. So he just keeps going on and on and on. And the funny thing is in that first match that he was in with us, he ends up leaving, I think, 2 times within the game and getting back into the same game. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, really? So at the end of the match, I'm like 100 points over him, like still at the bottom of the list, but he's at the bottom. And he's the only one that goes positive on the team. And he still wants to run his mouth and say that I was bitching about my ratio, which honestly I wasn't because I don't care per se. Like I'm using a gun that I'm not used to. I'm playing a game mode that I definitely don't normally play. So I was just like, whatever, dude, shut your face. You know, like you keep backing out and you come back in, and like you still end up at the bottom of the list, and like your deaths are almost as much as your kills. Like, shut up, you have no room to talk. So he ends up being on the same team with us in the next game, and again I'm using the shotgun, and we're on Bakara, and it's so funny because I actually end up doing pretty well considering, you know, not really familiar with that gun. I end up getting second on our team, right below him, and one kill under him, same deaths. And it was kind of funny because I was just like thinking, wow, like you want to sit there berate me and like tell me how crappy of a player I am. And the funny thing is too, like I noticed that he's using the CM901, and I have no beefs against that gun. It's actually a pretty good gun. I just thought it was funny that someone who wants to run his mouth about someone using a shotgun when he's using what I consider kind of a noobish gun. No offense if you use it. I use it too. I love it. It's one of those guns that I completely maxed out, gold, everything, done with that gun. So it was kind of funny that he wanted to sit there and, you know, talk smack to someone using like a shotgun. So whatever. So I'm not going to get into that, but so that kind of, you know, had my blood pumping a little bit. I was a little bit pissed off about it, like how, you know, whatever. Normally I don't let that shit get to me, but you know, sometimes you have your days where you're just like, whoa, really? So don't worry guys, it gets funny here. It gets better and it gets funny. So we end up leaving that and going to play other stuff, and I kind of have my PlayStation set up to where I'm in what I consider the office. It's kind of like in a built-in shelving unit on the wall, and I have the TV and then the PlayStation, and then on the opposite side of the room I have the computer desk and printer. And sometimes I like to keep my laptop open and up so I can, you know, kind of switch back and forth. Well, anyhow, so I must have been going to turn on the laptop something, and I pushed my chair back, which it's an office chair, rolling office chair, and I don't know if I leaned back or what happened, but I ended up flipping my chair backwards, and I fell and I hit my head really hard on our hardwood floors, and I have my hair up in a ponytail. So if you're a girl, you know how that is. Like if you get hit in the back of the head or something happens, like you have that ponytail there. So that's like an added, you know, I don't know, like item on the back of your head. But anyhow, so like that didn't make sense, but whatever. I'm tired and hurting right now. So I fall over, hit my head on the floor. The ponytail goes shoving into the back of my flippin' head, and I'm just laying there, and my friend is like, he's like, are you okay? Because I'm like, whoa, as I'm falling. Like, and I guess it was kind of like in a sing-song voice, but so I'm laying there, and he's like, he ends up laughing, and I get all pissed off, you know. I'm like, no, I'm like hurting. Like, why are you laughing at me? It's not funny. So I end up switching off the mic and like in a huff, and I'm just like laying there for probably about like 3 to 5 minutes, and it just like the back of my head is just throbbing. It hurts so bad, but now it's funny, of course. But so I get up and I call people, and I'm like, dude, guess what I just did? And I'm like, I might be concussed, as one of my friends say. Concussed, which isn't really even a word. And of course, no, I'm not, like, I don't have a concussion, nothing like that, but it just hurt like hell. And it's now been about, I'd say about maybe 20-30 minutes since then. And I will say, like, we got back on and started playing PlayStation right after it happened, and I must have been a little dazed and confused because I'm pretty sure it wasn't making too much sense. So maybe I am concussed, but I don't think so. But I will say this, that like I have a nerve in my neck that gets pinched and I actually got pinched a little bit last night when I'm sleeping, and since I hit my head on the floor really hard, like I'm starting to get really sore, like everything's getting stiff. So that's my story, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hope you guys all have a great day. Don't lean back in your chairs, guys. Like, it's not, trust me, it's not worth it. And it could hurt like hell, like, especially if there's not carpet there. So, when you're in school, don't do it. Like, just don't do it. Listen to your teachers. Do not lean back in your chair. Trust me. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.